Thank you again. We have Laura Davies here, who has just shot a level par 72 in very tough conditions. It's interesting, we've just had two of the more experienced players in here. Do you think that's a coincidence, or do you think the experience has helped today?
Oh no, I think you need to know how to get your ball around a hard golf course in tough conditions, and obviously Julie's been at it a long time, so have I. So yeah, I think experience counts for a lot in this sort of championship.
How did you feel you played today?
I started off, missed a few greens. I mean, the first hole was playing so long, it was playing like a par 5, so it seemed like a bad start, but I guess most people are going to make 5 up on that one. But then it was pretty steady. Had a good couple of up and downs, had a bunkers on 8, and missed some chances coming in, to be honest. Certainly on 18, had about a 3-footer, 4-footer. Could have held that, but the 3 holes before that, I left 3 putts short in the jaws, so it could have been better, but having said that, I'm delighted with that level par.
Questions, please?
Laura, we're just talking to Julie about the fact that maybe players like yourself and her weren't so regimented in the way you were taught, and when conditions are hard may have more feel than the younger, heavily coached players, may more control of your ball. Is that something you feel?
Oh, undoubtedly, yeah. I mean, a lot of the older players can shape the ball a lot better, because now it all seems to be so simple. We got those the hybrid wood things, I think, make the game a lot. You can't shape them really. You've just got one shot with them. Whereas, yeah, we had to play. I'm sure Julie in the old days used to play with 3 irons and 2 irons herself. I don't know if she does now, but yeah, it certainly helps.
Give us examples of that.
Shot into 16, for instance. I had to hit a 5 iron and just keep it down under the wind, hit it dead straight, and I think you can't do that with a sort of 7, 11, 19, 34 woods. It doesn't work with them. So just shots like that, and trying to. I mean, I didn't pull it off, but on 17, I had a 4 iron. I tried to run it up there. It was a poorly played shot, but you know, the idea was there to hit that kind of shot.
You've played here a lot, and you've probably played in far worse conditions than today. Would you rather it carried on being a bit blustery over the weekends to
think so.
Keep the talent down?
Yeah, I think so. I think the tougher it is, the better ball strikers will always come to the top, and obviously I'd like to consider myself one of the better ball strikers. So yeah, I mean, you wouldn't want it horrendous where no one was enjoying it, but yeah, if it stayed at that level the whole week, I think it would be a very fair test.
Laura, have you changed the woods you have in your bag over the years? Have you got a hybrid, or do you still have a 2 iron?
I've got a 3 iron and then a ping 2 iron. It's like a hybrid. It looks much more. I couldn't use those on. I used to hit them too high, but Ping have come out with one that looks more like a 2 iron, and I still feel like I can shape it.
Could you? Sorry.
Laura, over the years, obviously you've been playing a little while now, and these days the game's changed. There's lots more access to training and coaching and that sort of things than there would have been in the old days. Comparing when you first started out with all the things that are available now, are you disappointed that there doesn't appear to be a lot of championship contending juniors coming through the system compared to what we've got for people from other countries, for example?
Yeah, you mean English girls, British girls? Yeah, I mean, obviously it would be much nicer for us to see a lot of the good young, but we've got Melissa Reid now who's come through. Maybe she'll spark a bit of interest with some of the sort of 14, 15-year-olds, and in a few years, you know, maybe they'll be the ones coming through, but at the moment there doesn't seem to be that many of them, which is disappointing.
Are there things that they're doing in other countries that are not being done here which could easily be rectified, do you think?
I don't know. I think in America the college system's very good. A lot of the players come out of college and they've played golf since they were 13, 14 in real hard competition. And I don't know, but I assume that doesn't happen over here. The school system still doesn't allow girls to get on golf teams, and I think that's where they learn there. In Sweden, they obviously had a great run with Alfie and Lotta and all the good players. Not quite so many Swedes now, so there's no magic system, I don't think.
Laura, could we go over the details of the birdies and bogeys, please?
Yep, first hole, hit 2 iron, just short. Didn't hit a particularly good chip, missed the putt for bogey there. Birdie on 6 was a lucky one. I pulled my tee shot way left, found it in the, not a horrendous lie, hacked it on down the fairway, sand wedge to about 10 feet and hold that. 7th hole, hit a lovely shot in, thought it was perfect, the wind knocked it down, front bunker, didn't get up and down. And then number 14, hit a 7 iron about 30 feet and hold the putt. That was it really. 2 birdies, 2 bogeys.
Any further questions?
What do we do now? Nothing. Well, I just said to Johnny, as we were holding out on 18, we're off in 24 hours, so I've got 24 hours to kill now before we go again. So I don't really know. Probably I was thinking about going to Anfield to the Liverpool shop and get some bits and pieces.
Derek?
You mentioned Tom Watson yesterday, but do you draw inspiration from, think to yourself, well, if he's doing that at 59?
Well, I think more than anything, I just think it's a good example to give to people that, I'm sort of 13 years younger than Tom, and people ask me when I'm going to stop playing. Well, I'm still winning. I don't really comprehend the question. So it's nice that Tom did so well at 59, and it's a further example. So when I'm 50, 51, I can still use that as an example. But I think that would have been the greatest thing ever had he won. So yes, inspirational-wise, it's fantastic, but it's just good that I can use him as an example now.
Laura, Julie was just saying that, unlike for male players, for female players, you got nowhere to go. Once the end of the tour, that's it, finito. Is that something you think of? Because she seemed to have this fear of, what does she do afterwards? Is that something you fear?
Yeah, well, Julie's a great competitor like I am, and you just want to keep playing. And I don't think it's ever going to happen. There's never going to be a women's seniors tour. And that's just the way it is. Maybe the men's will let us have a go. Maybe we can get, when we're 50, we can never go on their tour. But it's a shame, but Julie's still good enough to compete on the LPGA, and so am I. So, we're just examples of players that are still... I mean, I think Beth Daniel could still compete, but she didn't want to do it anymore. So you've got to want to compete and be out there week in, week out, and mixing it with these youngsters. And some players love to do it, and some players don't.
Actually, Julie said that she would like to see mixed senior events. Would you go for that as well?
Oh, I'd love that. I think that would be great. Yeah, I mean, I think you wouldn't even have to do much with the tees either, I don't think. I mean, a little bit maybe, but I think Jan Stevenson had a go in one of the seniors events a while back. I don't know how she did, but I think she had a go.
Would you like an invite to a regular senior tournament?
When I'm 50, I think it'd be great fun, yeah.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have wanted that before, would you, in the regular game? You can't... You did have an invite in Australia, didn't you, to play among the men?
Oh, to play I played in a European tour event. I played in it, yeah.
Yes.
I enjoyed it. I mean, I did really badly, but it was the first week back after 8 weeks over the winter, because obviously the Australian tour goes on in our off-season. And I probably should have said no, but even though I'd had 8 weeks off, just turned up, tried to play off the back tees and finished second last, I think. But, at least I had a go.
And you would like an invite? Or
not at the moment, because if I can't, at the time I was still winning lots of tournaments, and although I've won twice this year, I haven't won on the LPGA for a long time. So if I started winning regularly on the LPGA tour, but it would be pointless at the moment to play with the men, because I'm clearly not good enough. If I can't beat the girls, I certainly can't get anywhere near them.
Julie selected Freddie immediately in this hypothetical mixed tournament. Who would you like as your partner?
I'll fight her for him.
Any more questions? Laura, thanks very much.
Okay.